What is the leading cause of death in children under 5 in the United States today? The answer might surprise you. These are the faces of congenital heart disease and the #1 birth defect worldwide. In the United States, over 40,000 babies, about 1 in 100 births, are born each year with a congenital heart defect.
Even major forms of heart disease commonly go undetected, not just before birth, but even after birth. Many of these babies are missed in the hospital and are sent home, and then only to present maybe days or even weeks later in the emergency department or at their pediatrician's office.
In 2008, Adam and Tara Ches, the parents of twins Luke and Grace, both born with congenital heart defects, created Hopeful Hearts to build awareness and support for all families that have been affected by congenital heart disease.
When we first found out about our children having congenital heart disease, we were extremely overwhelmed and devastated, not knowing what to do.
Both of our hearts pretty much fell.
First experiences in the hospital with the twins, we realized that there just wasn't a lot of resources. We weren't receiving a lot of help from any organization, and at that point, my wife and I thought maybe this is something we could do in the future. When Gracie passed, our first inclination was not only to mourn our daughter, but also to do something to give back and do something that she would be proud of, and we would be proud for both her and Luke. We could put together an organization to help families and children battling congenital heart disease.
The mission of Hopeful Hearts? To energize and fund research for valve replacement, to promote early detection, and to provide support for families during the difficult recovery process following corrective surgery.
The fact is, when we pick up major forms of heart disease earlier, we actually improve the outcome for these infants. So I'm a big proponent of early diagnosis, and not just early after the baby's born, but actually we can diagnose the vast majority of forms of major congenital heart disease before birth.
When I was in the hospital, there was no organizations like Hopeful Hearts or anything like that. And now I think it's really great when kids and their families are in the hospital. They have organizations like Hopeful Hearts to help the families and fund research.
Upon receiving the diagnosis that their third child, Abigail, also had a congenital heart defect, it only further strengthened their resolve and commitment to Hopeful Hearts and families affected with congenital heart disease.
We decided it was time to pour our hearts into giving back, and that is when Gracie's Gift came about. It was a way that we could help other families who are going through the similar things that we had been through, whether it be traveling, lodging, gift cards, blankets, socks, whatever it may be, something to just make them or their children feel special. It was a way that we could both honor Gracie and her life, and so we're very excited about Gracie's Gift to be able to share that support that we've always received.
Hopeful Hearts is that resource to the families, to the medical community, and most importantly, to the children of congenital heart disease.
I think it's an important message for parents to know that even when we make a diagnosis of major heart disease, the prognosis is frequently very, very good. The prognosis can be outstanding.
There is great hope out there. We look at Luke and we think, he's a 5-year-old thriving, he's doing amazing.
When I see Luke playing, I think it's pretty cool that he's gone through some pretty intense stuff. It makes me optimistic for the other children not yet born who will have similar conditions.
The truth is you just would never know. He's just has no fear, and he's just a great example of what is out there. All the children are, all the little congenital heart babies. I feel that they just show us so much.
My message for parents that have children with congenital heart disease is that there is hope, to be optimistic, to find the resources that are available to you, to be your child's advocate, because you are going to be the most important person in your child's life. Knowing as many children as I know with congenital heart disease, I can see it. I can see it in their eyes. They're all going to do great things, and they all have a special quality in it.
With the help of Hopeful Hearts, the knowledge, support, and resources are finally within reach. Because every child deserves the opportunity to live their life to the fullest.
We always like to say that Luke has a special heart, Gracie, Abby, they have special hearts, and it really shines through with these children that we meet.